Three foundational principles that underpin all of life, but also the concept of tithing. Principle number one, God created the world, and everything within the world belongs to God. It's an important principle as you think about tithing. It's not just that 10% is God's and everything else belong to people. God created the world, and all of the world, including people, have a plan and a purpose that is God-given. Psalm 24, verse 1 that we sang says, "The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof." Now, this includes the power to make wealth or create wealth. Some people seem to be particularly gifted in work ethic or in various different talents. Deuteronomy 8, Moses tells the people, remember that you yourself and your gifts and your abilities are a creation of God. Don't ever think, I did this. So, principle number one, everything belongs to God, including people. Principle number two, we are stewards of God's creation. You see this in the very beginning. When God creates the world, he places Adam and Eve in the world. He doesn't say, now enjoy, do whatever you want. No, he says, I've placed you here in this world for a specific purpose. I want you to fill the earth and subdue it. Here are some of the parameters for how you are to live in this world, how you're to structure your life, how you're to support your life. I give you trees, I give you plants. And you see, humanity is placed in God's world as stewards of God's creation. Stewards means we are responsible to a higher authority for how we live and how we work. And then principle number three, which is where we'll end the message this morning as well. Tithing is a thankful acceptance of principle number 1 and 2. Tithing, as you hear about tithe and how God explains the tithe and how it's worked out, is a thankful acceptance of 1 and 2. It's recognizing that as I think about the entire world in which I live, as I think about myself as a steward of God's creation, I begin to see that God has a will for life. And that will includes living in Jesus Christ, and it has specific ways of living, and tithing is one of those. So tithing is a thankful acceptance that the earth belongs to God and we are stewards of God's creation. He directs how we live. Now, if you do belong to Jesus Christ and you struggle with tithing, pray to God that he may help you to understand who he is, how he provides for you, and what he calls you to. That he may grow your faith. And always remember, beloved, as we conclude, we don't tithe in order to be saved by God. We tithe freely and joyfully because we belong to Jesus Christ. May we rejoice in living under his lordship. Amen.